Hi, beloved. Welcome to your message. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your time. If you're keen or interested in booking me for a reading or a one-on-one session, you'll find my email listed on the screen. Okay. Let us tap in and begin and find out what God wants you to know at this time. So, this message is for those whom are gifted with words. The moon, the page of swords, the five of wands, the five of pentacles. And then we have the description card at the bottom of the deck. This is the description of the creator of the deck of cards that I'm using here. Okay, so a description of someone, the description card. So the moon came out first. This is Cancer energy, Cancerian. So I see here that your gift of words comes from a long lineage of very intellectual and intelligent foremothers and forefathers of your bloodline, okay? And with that being said, they gifted you specifically with this gift of theirs. They passed it down to you. In other words, okay, beloved. So as they passed it down to you, they did it with the intent of them knowing that it will be utilized in a way to help the human race, in a way to help the people in your reality. That is how you help the human race, by helping those in your reality. Help them first. So what is this saying? We have the Page of Swords reversed here after the moon. A lot of you are not utilizing your sword, okay? Your sword is not being utilized in a healthy manner. I see it here. I see that you have been conducting yourself in a very disruptive tone. The manner is the tone. And with that being said, that disruptive tone that you have been utilizing in your reality, I see here that it causes you to have a lot of misunderstandings with those who you spend most of your time with. And it makes you guys want to spend less time together, or see each other less, or avoid one another, or there's just tension going on. And this is because of the tone. It's like, I feel like you are not seeing this in yourself. You're completely oblivious to it because it is something that is in you, in your character, your way of being. It's like you might have a good intention of saying something to someone, but it might trigger this person, even traumatize them, okay, to that extent because of your tone, not because of what you were saying. It's because of how you were saying it. You are not utilizing the correct tone. That is what your forefathers and foremothers are saying, the ones that gave you this gift of speaking. They're saying you are not utilizing the gift in a way that is healing. Instead, you are creating a lot of barriers for yourself in your reality. Now there is an alignment between you and another person, people that you love. And that's not the way to live. That's not how things should be. That is not okay. And it's not something that you should get used to in your reality. Now, I understand that this might be hard to hear, but this is necessary if you want to improve the quality of your life, if you want to improve yourself, if you are choosing yourself. So, I feel like because of what has happened to you, because of your trauma that you are still processing daily, it's still affecting you. Your trauma still affects you, even though regardless that you are still, working on it and applying yourself to being bitter or a bitter person. But specifically, it's affecting your relationships with those you love, those you talk to the most, those you spend most time with, those you see often. And this is because of your tone. You need to utilize a better tone. It's not what you're saying, beloved, it's how you're saying it to people. It's like you could be saying the most beautiful thing to someone, but if you're saying it in an aggressive manner, they won't receive it like that, even if it's your intention for them to receive it like that. You understand me? You need to get out of your head and see it for what it is, not what it's always been for you in your reality, because you're dealing with others. And now I understand that it's hard because you've been through a lot. You've been through verbal abuse, you've been through emotional abuse, you've been traumatized yourself, beloved, okay? You have your own things that you are dealing with on a daily basis, and that is completely understandable. But if you want to improve your life, improve yourself too, you need to check yourself. See, when it comes to things like that, there's no one else but you that can change it. No one. It's you need to face it first. That is the first step to overcoming that enemy. Okay, that spirit that comes upon you. You need to face it, beloved. You cannot fear it. And I know that fear comes from what you've been through, your past, your childhood. You've seen a lot of things, you've experienced a lot of things. You've heard a lot of hurtful, evil things being said and spoken, and you were a young spirit when you heard it, and your spirit was more vulnerable and fragile to your environment. That's why you were more impacted, and you were not spiritually strong enough or didn't have the spiritual stamina to kind of harness your gift so that you don't take in everything, because you are an empath. You soak it all in like a sponge. You've been that way since a child, beloved. Right now, the difference of anything is the fact that right now you can harness it better. You are not as fragile to or as vulnerable to other spirits and energies. You can protect yourself, in other words. but you still went through what you went through. Don't overlook your trauma. Just because you are becoming better, you are evolving, you are ascending, you're tapping in more, you're becoming a woman, a man more than ever, don't neglect the truth of what you've been through. Your inner child went through that, man. Like, you went through that. Ace of Pentacles, upright. King of Wands, reversed. Title card, okay? Reversed. And then we have the Page of Wands, upright. I'm being called to take it upright. So, beloved, I feel like what you've been through, it's like it needs a moment of silence because your spirit has been in so much chaos. You've dealt with a lot of strife. You've taken upon so many burdens here. I see it. Like grown men, grown woman burdens, but at a young lady, young man level, you were forced to grow up. You were cornered and forced and compromised into certain things, behaviors, certain patterns, mindsets. It's like you are not to blame for what became of you due to your trauma. You need to take accountability of that. It's not your fault. You didn't choose to be who you are. You didn't choose to have what you have, in a way of embodying the spirit, being in your lineage, being in this bloodline, knowing these people. You didn't choose it. This was not a choice. You were born into it. You ended up there with them. It's something that you encountered. It's something that you had no control over. You couldn't stop it. You couldn't prevent it. It was, you were born into it. Into it. You were born into it. So you had no escape. You had no escape. You endured a lot because you had no escape for a very long time. Beloved, I see that here. And with that being said, the manner in which you were spoken to as a child was very traumatizing. It's like you were spoken to in such harsh tones. There was no love in the way of in the way of communication that you were receiving. There was always like accusations on top of accusations. You had to take on certain cuts with the sword of the tongue from others. You were cut from other people's swords, other people's tongue, other people's words. and you are bleeding on others now in your reality that did not cut you. You were cut by others. You need to heal from those cuts because you are bleeding on the wrong people. It's, you need to face the fact that it makes it hard to be around someone who is always feeling the need to defend themselves when they're just being spoken to, when they're just being asked a question. Because you are triggered, you want to respond and not, you want to react and not respond. You are not processing what is being said for what it is because you are already reacting from your trigger of what you are hearing because of what you went through. And beloved, you need to face that and address that within yourself. This is the shadow work. This is going within. This is the hermit mode energy. Three of Cups reversed. The Tower. We have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Wands here. So further down the line of your childhood, you also experienced, friends, acquaintances, people who, lovers, who were very harsh in their manner of tone. It's like you were not given that level of loyalty in friendships, in relationships, in family dynamics. It's like you were constantly in a cycle of being betrayed. Remember, go back to the cycle of, it's like a lot of you might still even be in this cycle. You are constantly getting betrayed in friendships. You're constantly getting betrayed by family members. You're constantly getting betrayed by the lovers you experience. It's like a cycle. Going back to what you were born into, this is a curse that you were born into. Don't let that scare you. Hold on. Let me get this message to you. This is a curse that you were born into, beloved, okay? Understand it first. This was something that has always been in your ancestry lineage. Your ancestors have always experienced, it's been in your bloodline. It's always been there. It didn't start with you. You're not the only one going through this. It's like it's been in your family heritage. And with that being said, you're not the only one experiencing it. So your forefathers and foremothers have gone through it. The same ones that gifted you with this gift of speaking. They're the ones next to you at this time. They're the ones, listen closely, they're the ones that are going to walk you into 2023. And with that being said, things need to be cleared out first before you walk into 2023. Before. And what needs to be worked on, beloved? Your tone. Everything else, I feel like it's perfect. It's like you've put in the work in yourself, beloved. You are good. Like I see that this is just, it's an obstacle. This is one last obstacle. Your foremothers and forefathers, okay, your ancestors are saying this is one last obstacle, my child. This is what we need to go through and get through. Because on the other side, glory awaits you, beloved. Oh my God. You'd be surprised what presents itself to you on the other side. Okay? Trust me. So with that being said, you need to address that within yourself, that, you know what, this happened to me. I did not choose to be born into this curse. I see here that it ends with you, though. You are the lost one. You are the lost bloodline to be passing down a curse. You're the last one to experience you're the last one to experience the curse. You're the last one. You're the verdict. You're the finale. You're the completion. You're the 12-12. The portal closes with you. It closes with you. You are going to, so at this time, beloved, okay, you're going to start receiving communication from your ancestors that gave you this gift, okay? Don't be surprised when there is a change in your audience, how you get intuitive downloads, how you receive channelings, how you know what you know. Don't be surprised if there's a shift in how you know what you know, okay? You will start receiving messages differently, start knowing things differently, intaking wisdom differently here. There's going to be a certain breakdown of things that your ancestors are going to give you analysis of, like certain data is going to present itself to you, certain wisdom is going to end up in your reality, and you're going to have to dissect it. There's codings in there that they placed for you because you are the gifted one that can tap into it. Don't worry. You will be guided. You don't need to, there won't be any struggle in getting the codes. You just need to obey constantly how you feel and constantly obey your clairaudience. Your clairaudience, beloved. What you are hearing, what you know to be true within you, follow it, follow it, follow it, and it will lead you to decode it all so that you get the specific answers you seek. As you walk into 2023. And with that being said, beloved, what needs to be worked on now, the last thing is just you need to face the fact that you need to work on your tone, reflect on it, and see how it hurts and intimidates those around you. Like, it's okay to, it's okay to not always be in alignment. To be out of alignment, it shows you how to be in alignment. So once you get in alignment, you can teach others how to also, because you know how it was to not be in alignment. You understand me? So look at the situation now as a lesson that you can transmute into positive energy in your reality. You can give it out to others as potion of healing. The potion of healing lies upon the words. Heal, move with love. When you were triggered, beloved, you need to stop before you hurt. Stop before you hurt. You will be guided to your healing. of this trauma that you were unwillingly born into. It's not your fault that you are experiencing this. That is why it will be washed clean. You will be cleansed of it. It will be history. Give it time. Just take heed and work with your ancestors. Work with them. You work with them by complying with how you feel and what you're hearing and what you know to be true within you. Seven of Cups upright. So once your ancestors have healed you from this trauma, a fog will be lifted from your reality. You feel a lot lighter. You feel a lot more like yourself in many ways, in the layers of it that you need, beloved. You begin to tap into what it truly means to be a divine feminine, divine masculine. You truly know, okay? And how you know is by putting in the work. Don't be afraid to reflect. Don't be afraid to look back at it, because you know that looking back at it is going to make you better. It's not going to hurt you anymore. That memory, reflecting on it is no longer because you're crying yourself to sleep about it. You're reflecting on it because it's for the better of you. It's for your evolution, your growth as a woman and as a man, your evolution as a divine masculine and divine feminine. You need to want this for yourself, okay? Take heed and work with your ancestors at this time, beloved. Very powerful time right now, if you understand what I mean. That'll be all, okay? Bye.